So, how do you gracefully leave a conversation? Hi, I'm Greg Peters, the Reluctant Networker, coming to you from the Reluctant Networker TV. Last month, we talked about how to be more successful at small talk and be more comfortable at it. And we had a number of good ideas, but it might lead to a new problem, and that's how do you end the conversation? How do you get out of it and move on to new things? Well, first of all, let me say right up front, there is absolutely nothing wrong with a longer conversation. I'm assuming that you've already completed all your goals for the networking event, then why not sit down and have a longer conversation about this person, find out more about them. Um, but let's assume that there, for whatever reason, you do need to move on. You need to meet more people, meet new people. Let's look at some ideas on how we can break this off gracefully. Now, the first idea is one that has probably been used for a long time. Something simple like, I apologize. I've been having a great time chatting with you. I just need to go refill my drink, or I need to go use the restroom, or whatever. Some excuse to just cleanly break it off. Uh, that's not bad. The only challenge is, of course, that they might actually follow you wherever you're going. The second one is one that I don't like as much because it I don't know, it feels not so nice. And the idea is that you're talking with Bob, and you look over Bob's shoulder, and you see Sally has just walked in the room. Bob, I've had a great time chatting with you. I apologize though. Sally just walked in, and I need to go have a quick private word with her. Would you excuse me? Now, chances are Bob is not going to make a big deal out of it. He's going to be fine with it. But you know, first of all, you're telling Bob that he's not as important as Sally. That's going to make him feel a little bad. Uh, Second of all, there's a good chance you're probably lying. So unless you actually do go talk to Sally, Bob will probably notice that. And finally, just like in the first one, you're leaving them alone, which is a hard place to be. Being alone in a room full of happy people is a tough place to be. So if we can avoid it, probably that's a good one not to use. But let's have it in our toolbox just in case. Uh, if the third way is if you're actually enjoying the conversation with them, if you feel like this could extend into a much larger conversation, why not ask them to schedule a follow-up meeting? Go out for coffee or whatever, and or just even ask for their card. A lot of times when you do that, that sort of signifies sort of the end of a conversation. But don't do that unless you really mean to follow up with them. Again, we don't want them to be disappointed in us. We don't want to leave them with a bad taste in their mouth. All right, the fourth way, and this one I like a little better, is asking them for their help or offering your help to them. Something as simple as, Bob, I've been having a great time chatting with you. I realize that you probably have your own networking to do, but before I let you go, who here should I meet? Well, Bob is suddenly, he's the guy. You just told him he's the person to know. Now, maybe he's not. Maybe he's a newbie. And if you're the person that's been around for a while, ask them who you could introduce them to. Either way, you're trying to help them out. All right, now the fifth way we can do this is we could actually offer sort of a partnering deal. We're having a good time chatting. Hey, Bob, I've had a great time chatting with you. You know what? I would really love to go and meet the person who organized this, or I'd like to go meet the speaker, or I'd like to go meet the board of directors. Would you be willing to come with me? It's a cool thing about when you're doing that partner networking is that they sort of act as your own moral support. It's easier to break into groups and chat with people whom you might feel a little less comfortable walking up to. You know what? We always want to disconnect gracefully. We always want to leave them with a good feeling about talking with us. We always want to leave the door open for a future connection because you just never know what might happen down the line. All right. Next time, we're going to be talking a little bit about our networking goals for the event. I mentioned it earlier in this broadcast, but we should always have those goals, and we'll talk about that next time. And take a moment to comment below. I'd love to hear if you have any techniques that you found that work really well in any particular networking situation. Be sure to pass along this video to anyone you think could use that kind of help when it comes to networking. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, be sure to subscribe so we can stay together week after week. Now, you know what? Until next time, go out and make some great connections.